What do BTS's Jungkook, Yoo Yeon Seok, and Lee Joon Gi have in common? On the surface, nothing. One is a global K-pop icon, and the others are A-list K-drama actors. But in the past few weeks, they've all been caught in shocking financial scandals. One lost control of his identity while the others got exposed for tax evasion. They make millions, so how do they still end up in financial scandals? BTS's Jungkook, the main vocalist of the world-famous K-pop group, almost became a victim of a major stock theft at Hybe, the company behind BTS. While Jungkook is currently serving his mandatory military service, a shocking financial crime took place in his absence. According to a report, an attempt was made in late January 2024 to steal 8.4 billion won worth of Hybe shares owned by Jungkook. The criminal illegally opened a securities account in Jungkook's name without his consent. They then transferred and sold his stocks without authorization. A total of 33,500 Hybe shares were affected. 33,000 shares were moved to a fraudulent account, while the remaining 500 shares were sold to a third party. This was not just an ordinary hacking case. The thief had access to detailed financial information, suggesting that they were either a highly skilled cybercriminal or someone with insider knowledge of Jungkook's personal data. As soon as Big Hit Music discovered the theft, they took immediate action to prevent further financial loss. The agency froze all transactions related to the stolen shares, ensuring that no more stocks could be moved or sold. This quick response helped contain the situation and minimized further damage. In 2024, after learning about the theft, Jungkook filed a civil lawsuit to recover the 500 shares that had been sold to a third party. Recently, the Seoul Western District Court ruled in his favor, ordering the third party to return the shares. This ruling was a major legal victory for Jungkook, proving that the stock transfers were fraudulent and unauthorized. However, despite the court's decision, the real mastermind behind the crime remains unidentified. The complexity of the case suggests that the criminal may have used advanced methods to hide their identity. Even though Jungkook has successfully recovered his stolen shares, this case highlights the risks public figures face when it comes to financial fraud and privacy breaches. At the same time, South Korea has seen a rise in tax evasion cases, with several high-profile individuals coming under scrutiny for financial misconduct. Not one, but 3 Korean actors have been accused of tax evasion in the past month, with one of them being Yoo Yeon Seok, the famous lead actor of When the Phone Rings. Yoo Yeon Seok has established his own entertainment company, Forever Entertainment, where he serves as CEO. However, authorities launched an investigation after detecting financial irregularities in the company's operations. As a result, the 40-year-old actor was hit with a 7 billion won tax bill, reportedly the largest fine imposed on a celebrity. In response, Yoo Yeon Seok challenged the tax assessment by filing for a pre-taxation review in January 2025. This legal process allows taxpayers to dispute tax decisions before they are finalized. As part of the review, both internal and external experts will re-examine the case. His legal team argues that the 7 billion won tax charge is unfair and excessive, and aims to reduce the amount to 3 billion won, around $2 million, by presenting supporting evidence. Forever Entertainment, founded by Yoo Yeon Seok in 2015, is a diverse company with multiple business ventures. Initially established to produce YouTube content, the company has since expanded into restaurant management, music production, event planning, and broadcasting equipment rentals. It also operates an online shopping mall and is involved in the wholesale and retail of clothing and miscellaneous goods. As the review process continues, Yoo Yeon Seok's team maintains that the tax assessment is excessive. Meanwhile, the case has sparked public debate on tax regulations for celebrities and the financial transparency of entertainment companies in South Korea. On March 2025, Yoo Yeon Seok's agency, King Kong by Starship, addressed the tax evasion allegations in a statement to Dispatch. The agency clarified that the case has not been finalized and is a result of differences in interpreting tax laws over the past 5 years. According to the agency, Yoo Yeon Seok classified his earnings from Forever Entertainment as business revenue, which is typically taxed under corporate income regulations. However, the National Tax Service, NTS, reviewed his filings and reclassified the income as personal income, leading to the tax dispute. Currently, Yoo Yeon Seok's legal team is awaiting the final decision on the pre-taxation review filed earlier this year. If the tax authorities rule against him, he may be required to pay the full 7 billion won, around $4.8 million, in additional taxes. However, his team remains confident that they can reduce the amount to 3 billion won by proving that the classification was incorrect. Another prominent figure, Lee Hanee, has been fined 6 billion won in additional taxes, marking the second highest penalty ever imposed on a celebrity in South Korea's entertainment industry. The Seoul Regional Tax Service initiated an investigation into Lee and her company, Hope Project, in September of the previous year. The investigation uncovered that she owed unpaid taxes. The Gangnam Tax Office reportedly detected tax irregularities between Lee and her former agency, People Entertainment, during a non-regular tax probe conducted in 2022. Lee founded Hanee Co. Salaudit in October 2015, which she later renamed to Iraeon Co., loaded in 2018, and subsequently to Hope Project in 2022. She served as both CEO and internal director until January 2023, when her husband took over as CEO, while she continued to hold the position of internal director. On February 17th, her agency, Team Hope, explained that Lee Hanee was fully cooperative with the Seoul Regional Tax Service during their investigation, which was part of a wider, non-regular audit focusing on corporate business artists in 2022. The agency emphasized that Lee has consistently paid her taxes in accordance with the law, with the assistance of professional tax advisors. It also clarified that the situation is not related to intentional tax evasion. Instead, the issue arose due to misunderstandings or misinterpretations between the tax authorities and Lee's team, rather than any attempt on her part to avoid paying taxes. Another major name involved in a tax reassessment is actor Lee Joon Gi, known for his role in Flower of Evil. He was recently imposed a reassessed tax payment of 900 million won following an audit by South Korea's National Tax Service. The investigation focused on JG Entertainment, the one-man agency Lee established in 2014 with his father. Despite having an exclusive contract with Namu Actors, Lee processed his earnings through JG Entertainment, which classified his income as corporate earnings, allowing him to pay a 24% corporate tax rather than the 45% personal income tax. Authorities suspected that this arrangement was intentionally set up to minimize Lee's tax liabilities, prompting the initiation of an investigation into his financial transactions. The situation was further complicated by JG Entertainment's acquisition of a luxury penthouse in Cheongna, Incheon, in 2021, valued at 2.95 billion won. Speculation arose that the property was being used by Lee as his personal residence, drawing additional scrutiny. However, his representatives firmly denied this accusation, and after a thorough review, the tax authorities found no legal violations. On March 19th, Namu Actors confirmed that Lee underwent a regular tax audit by the Gangnam Tax Office in 2023 and paid the 900 million won reassessment amount. The agency clarified that the additional tax assessment stemmed from differing interpretations and applications of tax laws between Lee's tax agents and the authorities. Regarding the issue of Lee's income being processed through JG Entertainment, Namu Actors pointed out that this matter had never been raised during previous regular tax audits and that there is no precedent regarding this system of managing income and assets through a private corporation. Despite paying the full reassessed amount, Lee Joon Gi has filed for a review by the tax tribunal, and the examination process is currently ongoing. These revelations have sparked disappointment among fans, particularly in South Korea, where public sentiment regarding tax evasion is especially sensitive. Many are frustrated by the growing number of celebrities involved in tax-related controversies. One fan sarcastically commented, "Celebrities who didn't set up corporations are stupid. Anyone can see that's a loophole. The honest ones paid their taxes, but look at us broke people trying to defend these tax-avoiding stars." Another fan criticized the situation, saying, "So, basically, all these actors have been dodging massive amounts of taxes by reporting their income as corporate revenue under the guise of tax-saving strategies? How much are they making to pay off 1 billion that quickly? The wealthy should pay more taxes." What do you think about these cases and the celebrities involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.